Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. Today's video is going to be a purchase or pass type video. Will I buy it? I see people name these things all different titles, but I've seen a lot of people create these videos and I don't think I've ever made one, but I have had a couple of you guys over the last few months ask me to make this type of a video. So here it is. I hope that you guys enjoy. But I'm just gonna scoot over and we're gonna put pictures up of some new released makeup, and I'm gonna tell you guys if I plan to pick it up or not. So yeah, let's start out with kind of an obvious one. Nomad just released their newest collection. This is their Provence palette or Provence palette, and it's a whole collection, and I already picked it up. So that's kind of why this is the obvious one. But yeah, I did already pick this up, but I wanted to go ahead and include it in this video because it is a pretty brand new launch. And I just wanted to kind of mention it because I really do like this. I did have a video go up on it and I will leave that linked in the eye down below. I also picked up their 4 new glosses. I do have one on today, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention this collection in general. I really like it and I obviously picked it up. I feel like I never really purchase like brand new releases, so that's probably a main reason why I wanted to mention that one. But next up is the new Natasha Denona mini bronze palette. Now you guys have seen the bronze palette come up in a couple of my videos before where I've mentioned that I kind of want to get it, but I'm not exactly sure that I will. And I was very excited when I saw that she was coming out with a mini bronze palette, because the reason I didn't pick up the bronze palette and that I don't think I ever will is because I've heard from a lot of you guys that there's a lot of shades within its own palette that dupe itself. And for $65, I don't want to be buying a palette that has multiples of a shade in it. That just seems a little bit silly to me. So I'm going to skip over that palette, but I was excited to see that the mini one was coming out. However, I feel like for a mini palette like this where it only has 5 shades in it, I would want 3 mattes and 2 shimmers. I think that that would be kind of like my ideal situation. I would want a pretty light shimmer and then a more like orangey, like super warm shimmer. I feel like that way you could either use the light shade all over your lid or as an inner corner highlight, but then you can use the brighter shade on other days whenever you want like a little bit more of a bold look, or use that on the lid and then use the lighter shade in the inner corner like I mentioned. So for me, this palette just doesn't do anything for me. I'm just not interested in it at all. I'm honestly a little bit let down. Next up is a collection from Essence. Now Essence is a brand whose launches typically interest me a lot, and that's just because I feel like because they're so affordable, they just are able to kind of intrigue me more, because I know that I could actually try out an entire collection if I wanted to from them as far as just the price goes, whereas with a high-end brand I'm probably not going to be picking up an entire collection. So that's a little bit different there for me, as well as their products just are very intriguing for me most of the time. Now I will say they have a lot of hits and misses with their formula in my experience, which is the downside in my opinion to drugstore makeup. I find that happens a lot more with drugstore makeup than high-end, at least in my own experience. So, you know, I'm not always so sure about it, but this is their Cute as Shell collection. And you know what? I think that it's really cute. I actually have a pretty soft spot in my heart for seashells because my great-grandmother collected seashells, and that was something that was just really special for the two of us. But I don't know that I need this makeup because it has a shell on it. That being said, I kind of like the highlight that's in the top right of this picture. It could be like a blush highlight, I guess, maybe like a little bit of both. I think I'd have to see swatches, but overall, I'm not that into it. And especially that face sponge, how are you using that? Like, who is using that to blend out their makeup? I just do not understand. I don't know that I ever will. So overall, this is a no for me. No, you know what? It's not. I feel like it's like half and half, because even now that I'm looking at this lip tint, it looks very cute. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to see a little bit more of this, I think, when it comes out. Moving away from Trend Mood and moving towards makeup release radar, these powders from Myra Cosmetics look so pretty. They say that they are the soft focus waterproof setting powders, and I've seen some videos where they're like dumping water on it and it doesn't stick to any of it, which is cool. I don't really know like if a normal powder would do that if you like just poured water onto it. I get what they're going for with their marketing, but it's a little gimmicky, I gotta be honest, in the marketing. However, nonetheless, the powders look very pretty. I don't know if this 600 deep shade is the deepest shade that they have, but that does not look very deep to me, so I think that they should have gone probably at least 2 to 3 shades deeper. No, probably at least 3 shades deeper if that's the deepest one. I don't think that that's cool. Yeah, just based on this picture, the powder itself looks very pretty, but I just don't know that that's enough shades. And I feel like setting powder is a category that you need to have a lot of shades in, because especially when you're putting it under the eyes, I feel like the shade really does matter, and you can't really get away with using something that's way too light or way too deep for you. So I don't know that I'll pick this up, but that's just kind of food for thought on that one. Also, Myra Cosmetics just released some eyeshadow palettes, and I think these are so beautiful. So they released 4 new eyeshadow palettes, and I really think that they're beautiful. I will say I was lucky enough to win their giveaway of this palette where I could pick one of the 4, and I picked the bronzy one because it kind of looks like a dupe to the bronze palette from Natasha Denona. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but the palettes retail for $17 each, which is a much better price tag than $65 regardless. So I'm very excited to try that palette out. I haven't gotten it yet, but let me know if you guys want to see like a dedicated review video on that, because I'm kind of thinking about filming one. So let me know if you guys would want to see a review on that palette. But I think all of them are very, very pretty. So yeah, I think I probably would have considered picking that one up even if I hadn't won the giveaway. Okay, next up are some more sticks from Fenty. These are their match sticks, and I will say I've had the Cool Tone bronzer stick on my loves list in Sephora, like on the app, for quite a while, especially the little mini one, but I've purchased so many cream bronzers and even just like bronzers in general lately that I really don't need to pick that one up right now. But it's something that I definitely want to try in the future. I don't know that I would ever try the other shades. They look a little bit more like highlightery, concealery kind of shades, like color correcting. I think I'd probably just stick to that Cool Tone bronzer, but all of those bronzers look very, very pretty. I love like a gray tone contour. I should call it a contour, not a bronzer, but they all look very, very, very pretty. Okay, this is a launch that I am 100% going to pick up. This is the new concealer from REM Beauty. I don't know. I will say though, when I look at this, it looks so creamy that I worry it's just not gonna be like what I'm looking for. I have been wanting to find a dupe for the NARS like soft matte, I think it's called, concealer that's in a pot for so long, because I think that concealer just looks so amazing. And I actually got that concealer for my grandma to cover up some of her like dark spots. And I had a video where I did her makeup. I'll link that one in the eye down below as well so that you guys can see, but that concealer just works so well on her. But as you might know, NARS is not cruelty free, which means that they do test on animals. So I don't really want to purchase from them for myself. I did make the exception for my grandma because I genuinely just could not find a dupe for it. So I'm crossing my fingers that this potted concealer from REM Beauty might be something similar to that. The one thing I'll say is I think that this is coming out in 50 shades. And for me personally, when you pass like that 35 shade range, I have a hard time color matching myself because there's just like almost too many options. But I'm interested to see like the gradient of them. I haven't yet looked at like them all the way from dark to light or light to dark. So I'm interested to see like if the 50 shades actually makes sense, because I've honestly seen some brands come out with like 40 shades of something and it's still just like not, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't know what my hair is doing here. So I'm hoping that the 50 shades in this collection really makes sense. So we're just gonna have to wait and see about that, but I do plan to pick this concealer up. So it looks like Kaja has released some new shades in their gloss shots, and these are mini ones as well. So it looks like they've come out with Pink Drink and Berry Slushy. Now Pink Drink looks very pretty, but what I'll say is that I have 2 of these in my collection right now, and the milk tea one is just superior to the Rosy Mocha, I think it's called. I can't even remember the name, like I hardly ever use that one, but I love the milk tea one, which is the like really light pinky sort of shade. I do really love that these come in a little shot duo, because that's how I first tried my glosses, and I love that they came in a set like that so that I could kind of see which shade I would like better. So if you're interested in the formula and that really light milky pink doesn't appeal to you, this might be a perfect way to try the formula out, because this is the best formula ever. Like it's like one of the best glosses I've ever tried. It's definitely the best one in my collection. Like for me, every single day, I love it so much. I think that it's great. It's not sticky at all, but it gives you like a really, really glossy kind of like a glass-like look on the lips, and it's very, very pretty. That being said, I don't think I'll be picking up these particular colors because I think I'll just end up repurchasing like a full size of the Milk Tea Gloss that I love so much. So for me, this is going to be a pass, but I do suggest this formula in general, and I would purchase it if those were colors I was more interested in. This next launch, I just don't know. I'm gonna have to see some reviews or something, but I doubt that I would ever pick this up. These are liquid shadows from Ilia. Now, Ilia is like slowly creeping up as a very interesting brand to me because I absolutely love their Limitless Lash Mascara. It's the best mascara I have tried in forever, a very long time, fill in the blank there, but I really love that mascara. I'm currently trying out the Fullest Volume mascara, and it's really nice, but I don't like it so far quite as much as the Limitless Lash Mascara. So yeah, I really do. I think they make really great mascaras though. They're both really good, depending on what you want. But I've been so intrigued by their products, especially I really want to try their skin tint kind of a product. Sarah Rose has really made me want to try that, as well as several other creators that I've seen just use that foundation. But for the liquid eyeshadows, I just feel like this is going to be Crease City, and I just don't know that I would like that, even though the colors are very pretty. And this is something that is a product that would typically kind of suck me in and really make me want to purchase it. I just think this is a product where I need to kind of like think the purchase through before spending the money so that I can talk myself out of it. Does anyone else do that? Because I do that a lot. Like, I know myself, and I know that I really just would not really want to use this type of a product. So that's going to be another pass for me. I feel like another new launch that has gotten a lot of buzz is the new Glam Light X Michaela palette. And this is another one I'm not going to be picking up. The palette is just a little bit too large for my preferences. I just like to have like a more curated palette. These 15 pan palettes from Nomad are really the largest palettes that I want to have in my collection. I know I have the Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette. That's the exception, okay? But I really don't like to get palettes that are much larger than this, just because I prefer a more curated collection as a whole, but also a more curated color story and more curated palette. So I don't think I'll be picking up that one anytime soon or ever. There is one more palette that's been really catching my eye. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture up of it here on the screen, but I am blanking on the name of the brand of this palette, so I cannot look it up currently, which is driving me insane, but I really, really love how this palette looks. Everything about it just really screams my name to me, and the only thing is that I think I'm going to hold off because I did just pick up 3 new palettes from Nomad. And then, like I said, I was really lucky and won a giveaway from Myra, so that's going to be coming in the mail sometime soon. So adding so many palettes to my collection at once, I just don't think that I need to pick that one up right now, but I think that it's beautiful, and I could definitely see myself picking this palette up in the future. I think that it's just a very me kind of palette. It's colorful, but it's not like the traditional rainbow kind of colors. It's a little bit more my style, I guess. So yeah, I definitely could see myself picking up that palette. But that's going to be it for this purchase or pass type video. I just kind of wanted to talk about some products, whether or not I wanted to purchase them or not. These are just kind of the ones that have stood out to me over the last week or two that I really just wanted to chat with you guys about. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to let me know in the comments if you want to see this type of video from me more often. I think this is the first time I've ever posted this exact type of video. So yeah, I'm not sure yet how often I will be creating them, but if you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!